Hey guys, I am standing in front of my filming room, which is also where I keep all of my makeup, and I'm sure you've caught little peeks. I'm pretty sure I showed you the state of the room when I was doing a declutter. So I finished up decluttering. I just did that face palette declutter, as you guys saw, and I just got like a bee in my bonnet. I was like, I need to clean and organize this room. So I finally did it. There used to be so much makeup on top of these drawers and it used to make me super duper crazy. And I used to have stuff all over my filming table. I'll go back there and show you guys in more detail. But I did want to just kind of intro this video by saying that this is a walk-in closet off of my office. And I turned this into my filming room when I was having trouble trying to control the light and control sound when I was filming out in my office. So I turned this into my little filming area. So all of my makeup is housed, or like a lot of my makeup is housed in these Ikea drawers. And I recently got these two drawers. So I was only going off of this one Alex 9 drawer and these two Alex, what are these, 6 drawer? The 6 drawer units, which are the short, wide ones. And when I realized that I just had to get more storage, that I could only declutter as much as I could, I went ahead and got these two. So I was waiting to like just go through my entire collection to declutter, and then I was going to organize everything. And I started to film the organizing part of this video, and I realized it was just really boring. It was me just like sitting there and like moving product from like one drawer to another, spreading products out or whatever. It really just was, and I'll stick some footage in here just to show you because I did start and like just me moving around or whatever, but it took me like 2.5 days to do this. And I'm like, no one's gonna wanna sit through all of that. And like for me to film it, like my battery kept running out or my camera would turn off, or I realized I wasn't in focus. It just ended up being just not a very practical video to shoot. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go through it all. I'm just going to organize everything, declutter more if there's more to declutter, which there really wasn't. I did a pretty good job, I think, the last time I decluttered. And then just show you guys like the final result, because I think that's what you guys are looking for anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, all of my makeup is now in these 5 Ikea drawer units, and I used to just have so much stuff on top of these drawers, and I'm still not exactly sure what I want to put on the top of these drawers. So I started to put some brushes out here, but you know, I have some brushes back where I'm filming where that makes a little bit more sense, but sometimes when I'm just walking in here and I just want to grab a brush, it's kind of a pain to like maneuver myself around my filming equipment and get to my brushes that are like way back against that wall. So I was like, well, maybe I should put them out here. Anyway, that is definitely a work in progress. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be housing my brushes or what I'm going to be putting on top of these drawer units, but that's what I have so far. And then we're just gonna start from the tippy top. So I have the camera on the drawer unit now, so I'm just pulling out the drawers here, and like I said, I'm just starting from that top left-hand drawer, and I kind of considered these 3 drawer units as one unit, so in my mind, the order I put my makeup on is how I arrange the makeup. So I go from left to right and then top to bottom. Initially, I was gonna go like up and down, just like go down one drawer unit, go down another drawer unit, but yeah, I just didn't really like the idea of that, so I just went across. So here's my primer drawer, and I'm not gonna go through every single product in my collection. I think that would just be super crazy, but I did just want to show you what I do have and some of my favorites, some of my call-out products. I've been loving the By Terry Brightening CC Serum. This is fantastic. I love the new shades that they've come out with, like the Nude Glow and the Sienna Light. I've been mixing those two. The Sunny Flash from their original line is excellent. I can imagine me mixing these two come like the summertime. Of course, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter is fantastic. I have it in the shade number 2, which works very well for me. The Victoria Beckham Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. I have this in golden. I'm almost done with this. I just need to pull that out and just finish it off. The Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 40. This is in the shade Golden Hour. I have this somewhere without a tint to it, but this Golden Hour has a little bit of a tint to it, much like the By Terry and much like the Victoria Beckham. This is really a lovely primer. It just leaves your skin with like a beautiful glow. And I have very dry skin, so I like primers that have like a little bit of a sheen to them, ones that are very moisturizing. Speaking of very moisturizing, this is probably my favorite primer that does just that. It's just this extra layer of moisture, which is incredible, and it's such a good skin prep for foundation. It really smooths out your skin. So that's a good one. This is probably my favorite SPF primer, the Chantecaille Ultra Sun Protection. This has an SPF 45. It's an interesting texture, and you'll get used to it if you ever try it, but that is a really good one. So those are my primers. I have a lot of moisturizing like glowy kind of primers in my collection. So I have 2 drawers of foundations, so we'll just go through this, and I really wanted my foundations to fit in 2 drawers, which is why they're kind of stacked up this way. But when it comes to foundations, I think I pretty much have a good idea what it is that I want to use that day. So it's not something I need to see very clearly when I look in. I mean, it always does help. But I do have my cushion foundations here. I actually have 2 rows of cushion foundations. The back row that you can't see is just cases. I took out old foundations and threw away the actual cushion part and just kept the cases, and those are back there, so not really worth showing you. Chantecaille Future Skin cushion. This is one of my favorites. I have it in the shade Vanilla, which I think is a little bit too warm for me. I do want to try a lighter version, but anyway, this is an incredible cushion foundation, as is this one from Sicily. They like redid their cushions. This one is the Fito Blanco cushion, and I have it in 0C Vanilla. This is a pretty good shade for me. Excellent, excellent. I love, love, love this cushion. I love all these cushions. Cushion foundations are very good. So this is the Capture from Dior, the Dream Skin Fresh and Perfect cushion. I have it in the shade 020. I love this. It comes with a refill. Excellent, excellent cushion. This is the Dior Forever 2N Neutral. This is also an excellent cushion. All the Dior cushions are really good. So that one is great. And then I stuck the Wayne Goss Luxury Cream Foundation in here. This is not a cushion, this is a cream foundation, but it just fit in this organizer really well. Actually, I'm gonna leave that out for now. I have another Dior cushion, which is great, the Dior Prestige. And then I have a Burberry cushion, which is the Ultimate Glow Cushion. I have it in 30 Light Neutral. This has a lot of glow. If you like a glowy foundation, this is a good one. And then I have some of my jar foundations. This is the new Clé de Peau V foundation. I really, really love this. I also really love the Chantecaille Future Skin. This is like the gel foundation, Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation. Yep. And I also have this in Vanilla, which, yeah, I think this is just a little bit too deep for me. So anyway, I need to get that in another shade. The Suku Cream Foundation. This one is nice. I like these 2 more, but this is the Cream Foundation. I believe that's the name of it. And I don't know which shade I have. 220, I think. And their shade numbering is like, it's a little bit confusing to me, only because I'm not that familiar with Suku foundation shades, but I believe that one works pretty well for me. And then I have some stick foundations in here. This is the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation Stick. I love, love, love this foundation. Some other ones, like I said, I just did that major decluttering, so pretty much everything I have I really love, so I'm going to stop saying that. But I've got the Hourglass Ambient, the Lancome Tenti Doll Ultra Wear Care and Glow. This is a fantastic long-wearing foundation. Here's another Suku foundation. This is the liquid foundation, and I have it in the shade 110, which I think is a pretty decent shade match for me. I have the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in shade 5, and then I have some of the new Clé de Peau foundations. This is the Radiant Matte, and these 2 are the Radiant Natural. And then I have a La Mer powder foundation. So that's the first foundation drawer. The second foundation drawer is really quite a mess because I don't have any organizers in here. But like I said, I don't feel like I really need to keep them organized. And again, just, you know, not to go through every single foundation because that's just going to take forever, but just ones that I love. Like I love the Kogendo Moisture Foundation. This is fantastic. I love the Surratt Dewdrop Foundation. I have shades 3 and 4. I love this. This is definitely one of my all-time favorites, the La Mer Radiant Skin Tint, the Cure Weiss. You heard me go on and on about this. The beautiful tint. I love this. I have it in shades 2N and 4N. 2N is definitely my shade. 4N is a little bit too deep. Chanel No. 1. I love this foundation. I have it in 20 Beige. I have, let's see, the Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. I like this much more than this one, which is the Le Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So this one has more coverage than the Water Fresh Tint, and I feel like some of the magic was lost when they gave it more pigment, more pigmentation. So I do like this one more than these, but this is okay. If you're looking for more coverage, I think you'll like this one. Oh, the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is another one of my favorites. This is such a good one. The Westman Atelier, this is the new Vital Skin Care Complexion Drops. And I have it in the shades Atelier 2 and Atelier 0.5. I've been mixing the two, but I feel like I'm getting to the point where 0.5 is really gonna be the one that works for me. The NARS Tinted Moisturizer is amazing. I can't seem to find the right shade for me in this Sicily Fito Tint Nude. I have 1C Petal, 00N Pearl, and these are too light. And I had like a 2 shade, and that was too deep. So yeah, I have to figure that out because I really like the formula of this. And yeah, there's others in here. And like I said, you know, I just did a declutter. So anything you see, it made the cut. So I really do enjoy what's left here. All right, next we have my concealers. So I have a lot of Bobbi Brown concealers because they sent me a lot of shades. Yeah, let me see if I can find them all. This is actually the corrector. I think this is all of them, but this is all the Skin Full Cover Concealer. This is like their newest concealer that just came out. And all of these like kind of worked for me. So I was kind of playing around with all of them. You know, if I want something brightening, I use like the lighter ones here. These two are Porcelain and Ivory. So those are the two lighter ones. And then if I'm just going, you know, wanting to like maybe cover up some things on my actual face and not just focusing on my under eyes, I use the deeper ones. So I've got Warm Sand and Beige. And then this one has a little bit more peach than the rest of them. This one is Cool Sand. So if I feel like I need a little bit of correction, maybe I have some dark circles under my eyes, I'll go for this one. So anyway, I've been using all 5. Not every day, but yeah, going through all 5. And then, yeah, I have some of my favorites here, like the Charlotte Tilbury Corrector. I love this in the shade number 1, Fair. And let me zoom you guys in more. Sorry. You guys know how much I love my Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I have 2N and 1N. I've got some Lancome concealers. The Sicily is fantastic. The Clé de Peau Stick Concealer is, as we all know, incredible. The Sicily Stila Lumiere is incredible. The Dior Backstage. So all of these are really, really awesome concealers. That is what I have left. My concealer drawer, which is plenty. And next we have drawer 1 of 2 of my loose powders. What you can't see are just all of my meteorites, all of the like limited edition ones, like this gold ball and such. So all of the meteorites, you guys know how much I love using meteorites as a finishing powder. And then we have, let's see, the Wayne Goss powder, Lancome powder, the Givenchy Prism Libre powders, which I love, the By Terry powders, which I love underneath my eyes, the Say powder and the Kogendo powder. I really love because they leave just the most subtle kind of like hint of satin to my skin, so I really love those two. This is the La Mer powder, which is very nice. It's not as nice as their original, but this one is okay. And then we have the Suku Oil Rich Glow Loose powder. I have to use this one more. I'm not sure how I like this, but it does feel like there's a little bit of oil in there. And then I have the like light reflecting translucent loose setting powders from Laura Mercier, Light Catcher. I do not use these as setting powder. They are way, way too glowy unless you want to mix like just a little bit of this in with like your favorite loose powder or whatever. I think that would be nice just to add a little bit of glow. But this alone is a highlighter. It's not a setting powder, it's a highlighter. So I do use these as highlighters, and I should probably move these into the highlighter drawer, but whatever, we'll just keep them here. So I've got all 3 of those shades, and then I've got the translucent loose setting powder Glow, which is the setting powder with just a little bit of glow to it. It's nice. It's nice. Her translucent loose setting powder is drying on my skin, which is why I don't always reach for it. I've got the Shiseido Future Solution LX powder, which is very nice. I have the Guerlain La Voilette powder, which smells like violets, which I love so much. So it smells like the meteorites. Love it. I don't know if they make this still. I've got some travel loose powders here. I have some powders from Florasis, which are really, really nice. They're very blurring, if you like that. So if I'm doing a more dramatic look, I'll reach for these powders. But I generally go for something a little bit more natural. So those are all of my loose powders. All right, and here is my press powder drawer. As you can see, I have a bit of a powder problem, but this was as small of a collection I could get to after that major declutter. But yeah, I've got some Chantecaille baked powders, which you guys know I love. This LYS powder I think is a great dupe actually for the Charlotte Tilbury press powder, so I really like this. The Sicily press powder, you guys know how much I love this one. This is sort of like the pressed version of the Kogendo and the Say. It just leaves my skin with just a little bit of a satin sheen. Very, very soft. It's gorgeous. This by the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector in Light from Makeup by Mario. I'm not sure why I have this in here. I think actually this should be in my bronzer drawer. Actually, I did use this kind of like all over my face. I'm trying to think. I played around with this and I thought I would end up using it as a bronzer, but I didn't. I kind of ended up using it as like, well, like the name suggests, sort of like an enhancer to my complexion, and it's very, very pretty. So anyway, love that. The Dior Baked Powder, which is similar to the Chantecaille, but not quite the same. The Kogendo Brightening Powder, very brightening, beautiful. The Armani, is this the Luminous Silk Glow Fusion Powder? I have this in the shade number 2. This is very radiant with a bit of coverage, so that's a lovely powder. Oh, my Westman Atelier powders, you guys know I love. The Pat McGrath powder is great. I love this Louboutin press powder. The feeling of this powder is so smooth and soft, it's almost unbelievable. Like you touch it and you're like, wait, what did I just touch? It's like really, really fantastic. Love that. The Valentino powder, it's very, very soft. It is quite lovely. You don't need a lot of it, but I feel like I always end up picking up a lot. So I feel like I have to be careful. The NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder, this is such an iconic product at this point, but this is very smoothing. And then I have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. This is that very interesting product that I really like. It's just, you have to figure out how to best use it for yourself. And I like using it around my nose for blurring. Those are my press powders. So next we have my, what are these? These are my cream and liquid bronzers. So this is all that is left from my declutter. I'm so proud of myself. I know this is like still an absurd amount of makeup, but I'm so proud of myself. If you guys saw what I had before, it was really obscene. So I have these Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate palettes. So I've got Intensity 1 and Intensity 0.5. So I used 1 for a very long time because that was their palest, but they came out with 0.5, and so this is the one that I use now. Love that product. The NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. I actually don't like Laguna, the powder, but I really like the bronzing cream. So I'm glad they came out with this. The By Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in Light. This I use as a bronzer. Very nice. The Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer in 1 Fair Pale. This is really lovely. And this LYS actually is a blush. I don't know why it's in here. Let me put that aside. The Say Cream Bronzer in Light Bronze. This is great. This ended up being in my favorites often. The Biscuit Westman Atelier, such a great contour. Yeah, and everything else, like I said, I love. And I even have less in here since that LYS didn't even belong in here. You know, when I was first organizing everything, I was kind of like making sure every drawer was like just chock full and I wasn't wasting any space. But I decided that just wasn't the way to go. So I really wanted to keep it by category, which is why that cream liquid bronzer is so empty. And I thought, oh, maybe I could just combine the two. And I was like, no, let's just leave it as is. So anyway, you'll see some drawers that are a little bit fuller than others and some drawers that are a little bit less full than others. So this is my powder bronzer drawer, and if you've been watching me for any length of time, you know everything that's left really are ones that I have been talking about quite a bit, like the Chantecaille Real Bronze in Goa. Geez, I've been going so hard with this for so long, and it doesn't even look like I've made a dent. So interesting. These like baked products are so interesting. But yeah, I've been using the, oh, actually, you know what? They sent me a new one, and that's what it is. I got rid of my old one and I started using the new one. That's why it doesn't look used. I'm like, that is incredible. The Tom Ford Terra bronzer. This is the latest iteration of the bronzer. Love this. The Bobbi Brown bronzers, you know I love. The Wayne Goss bronzes I love because they have like a contour and a bronze. So genius, so genius. And then some of my favorite contours like the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in light, and then the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Film Star Bronze and Glow. I love this for contour. And then another by Mario product. This is the Soft Sculpt Bronzer in light medium. This is an excellent product as well. Yeah, so I love all these. I don't think you guys can see, but the House Labs bronzer that I love is back there. So those are my powder bronzers. All right, I had to change the angle of the camera a little bit because you couldn't see any of the drawer from where you were up top. So anyway, we are starting with my blushes now. And I'm gonna warn you, I have a lot of blushes, and we're starting out with the cream blushes. So these are all the blushes that come in like a cream or stick form. As you guys know, I love the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks blush sticks. I have all the shades. I have all the shades for the Clé de Peau cream blush, these 4 shades. I may have all the shades for the Victoria Beckham cream blush. I'm not sure. What are these called? Cheeky Posh or something? I have a lot of them. I have a lot of the Kier Weiss cream blushes, as you guys know. I now have 2 of the Cheek Collectives. These are those cream cheek products from Kier Weiss. So that was Blossoming. This one is Happy. Oh, love these. I just got this Happy one during the Kier Weiss sale, Black Friday sale. Some Giorgio Armani, some Laura Mercier, Tower 28, the Ma Beauty one, some other sticks back there, some Trini London back there. So yes, these are my cream blushes. Next to that, we have my liquid blushes. So these are the ones that are a little bit more liquidy. So I've got like the Chanel Le Beige blushes in here, which you guys know I love. The Say Dew blushes that I love. The Surratt Artistic liquid blushes. The Chantecaille Cheek Gelées, the Lisa Eldridge, you know, all of these, the By Terry pens, the M Cosmetics. So those are my liquid blushes versus cream blushes. And then we start with my powder blushes. So I've got the Pat McGrath blushes in the back here. I have some of the like limited edition split pans like that. And then I have ones that are solid, part of her original release. I kept 3 of my Hermes blushes. They're not my favorite, so I only kept 3. The Jill Stewart Bloom Mix blushes. I love these blushes so much. They all have like 5 different colors in one, so you can mix. You can just kind of focus your brush in one area. The powder is super soft. It goes on with like a really beautiful satin sheen. So love those blushes. I have one YSL blush, Dior blush. You guys know how much I love the Dior blushes. Where is my all-time favorite, Charnel? Look at that blush. Oh, I love it. I also love, 219. This is another one that I really love. I feel like it can pull cool, it can pull like warm. It's a really good blush. And then I have 2 of these Sicily Orchid blushes. They're like highlighting blushes because they have like a really beautiful sheen. This I just picked up during the Beautylish gift card event, so I actually have to use that. This is the only Tom Ford blush duo I have left, but this is the newest one, which is Eclat Nu, and it's okay. It's not one of my favorites. This Lancome blush, however, is one of my favorites. You guys know I've been going on and on about this. This is shade number 217. Love this. And then all of the Hermes Hydra Dimension blushes. I just love, absolutely love. That's why they're in the front here. All right, more blushes. I've got the M Cosmetics blushes here. I've got the NARS blushes here. The NARS blushes are always just, they're like so unique and so much fun. Like look at Exhibit A, just, I have these like loose Prism Libre brushes from Givenchy. These were limited edition. I have this limited edition, they call it a highlighter, but it's so pink that I put it with the blushes. And then I have one of the Givenchy blushes, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. A Valentino Eye to Cheek, the Wayne Goss blush and highlight palettes, and then a blush duo from Clé de Peau. So that is that drawer. And then we have the next blush drawer, which is not the last one. So anyway, we have all of the Laura Mercier blushes over here on the left-hand side. You guys know how much I love these Laura Mercier blushes. Fresco is my favorite. I love it. Can you sense a theme? And then I have some Chantecaille blushes. This is the new one in the Lotus. I have some from their Philanthropy collection. That's the turtle one. So cute. A Dior blush. I've got some Bobbi Brown blushes. I have some Suku blushes back here. This one is the one I went on and on about. This is Karanzaki. And this is the one that I think the Lancome is a great dupe for, because this was limited edition. I don't think you can get this anymore. And Suku is difficult to get in the US. So anyway, love that one. My Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate blushes, the Sicily blushes, and then all of the Gucci blushes are here. And then last but not least, we have the Chanel blushes, which, wow, we've talked about so much. I have some of the older ones. I have some of the newer ones. I don't like the newer ones, but you can't get the older ones anymore. So anyway, we're just gonna kind of glaze over those. I do have two Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know, nipple blushes. What are these called? The Cheek to Chic. I always call them the nipple blushes. This one is Pillow Talk. And then I have Ecstasy, which is this beautiful peachy shade. I have a couple of Kaleidos. Look how beautiful this packaging is. A couple of Kaleidos blushes. There's one. Here's another one. I really liked this like nude option. And then I have the first Patrick Ta blush palette, which I really, really liked. I did not like the second one that he just most recently came out with. That was not good. So those are all of my blushes, all 6 drawers of blushes. Very embarrassing. And now here are some of my cream and liquid highlighters. You know, I love the Westman Atelier Lit Up Highlight Sticks, as you guys know. The newest one, which is Petal, really, really just, oof. This one blew my skirt up because it's a very cool tone, and I know it looks very plum in the stick, but it's sheer. Oh, it's just really, really gorgeous. So I love that. Yeah, the Lisa Eldridge ones. I've got some sticks from Chanel, some liquid ones from Armani. These from Chantecaille are incredible. These liquid Lumieres. So I've got sheen, luster, and brilliance. They all have a slightly different undertone to them. Oh, and the Jones Road. These were so much fun. So those are some of my cream and liquid highlighters. And then in this drawer, basically liquid and cream highlighters that couldn't fit in that organizer. So I'm using a different style organizer in here that'll fit these. So I've got the Westman Atelier Super Loaded Tinted Highlights. These I use more as like a complexion product. I mean, it is a highlighter, but I like kind of layering this underneath all of my cheek products because they're a little bit too pigmented for me to use as a typical highlight. But I kept them in here anyway. And then I've got this like body glitter from Chanel. I think I used this once. I don't know why I'm holding on to it. I think I just like the jar. I have some of these wands from Charlotte Tilbury, some pens from Dior and Guerlain, and yeah, some other things. Danessa Myricks, Tower 28. This is the Victoria Beckham stick. This one's okay. Not my favorite, but it's okay. And then these quick and easy makeup kits from Charlotte Tilbury. So I don't know why I stuck them in here, probably because I had the room, but these have a highlight stick, but they also have a blush stick and an eyeshadow stick. I really, really liked these kits, but I feel like these came and went. I don't know if these are even still for sale. I just really liked them. I thought the formula was good. I liked like the way the sets were set up. I love this package. So I really liked that product, but yeah, I don't know. No one really talks about them anymore. And then here is the first drawer of many of powder highlights. So I have some Tom Ford up here. Let me see. This is the one that is still available. This is the Sheer Highlighting Duo in Reflects Gilt. I feel like this is still available, right? And then these were part of the Soleil Neige collection from like 2019, 18 or 19, but I love them. So this one is Gilt Glow, and this one is Luna. These were so beautiful. I don't know why these were limited edition, but they were, and they're not around anymore. I have the Mario highlight, very, very pretty, in Pearl. Let's see, any other call outs? This is the new Valentino one, Lancome, Dear Dahlia, Natasha Denona, and then I have all of these are like limited edition Chanel highlights. I think the best one is the one they just came out with. Hold on, let me find it. This one. This is like my all-time favorite Chanel highlighter. And I really wish they would just make it part of the permanent collection, but they never do stuff like that. So I don't know why I'm asking. And then the Burberry highlighters. These are some of my favorites, and this ended up being my all-time favorite from 2021. So I don't know, maybe this year they may be all-time favorites again. And then the Shade and Illuminate duos that Tom Ford just came out with. These are the newer shades. Where are the other ones? I think I put the other ones elsewhere. I don't know why I split them up, but these are the two that I don't use that much. I've got some House Labs ones that I love, and some Bobbi Brown ones that I really enjoy. And we have a Kaleidos one. So that is this highlight drawer. And then in this highlight drawer, I put these halvesy organizers in here, and I'm gonna link the organizers that I use, which is from Sunny Cosmetics. They are awesome. So this is a halvesy organizer from Sunny Cosmetics, and I only wanted to use a halvesy in here because I had these like oddly like oversized compacts, so I wanted room for them in the back. And I did the same thing in the next drawer, which I'll show you, but I've got some of the Pat McGrath highlights here. These are the other two, Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. I think I should just keep them together. Yeah, maybe I'll move these around. I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk highlights, which I really like. Some of the Dior highlights. This is an oldie but goodie, the nude one, and then these are the newer ones that are really nice. So that's one highlight drawer. And the last highlight drawer, like I said, it's pretty much set up like the other one because I had all of these oversized highlights, like from Chanel, this old limited edition one from Guerlain, which is so good. I wish they would bring this back, but this is like an incredible highlight. So shiny and beautiful. I don't know if you can tell in this light, but it's so beautiful. Anyway, oh, and I have this Trish McEvoy like duo that is really, really beautiful too. I need to use this more. So I've got all my Clé de Peau luminizing face enhancers. That's these beautiful guys. And then I've got some Chantecaille ones and the Givenchy in shimmery pink. The Cure Weiss, the Hermes baked one, La Bouche Rouge. So that is this drawer. And, you know, like I was saying before, I probably could have squeezed these two powder highlight drawers into one, but I really wanted like a little breathing room and like to see stuff and not like force stuff together. So anyway, these look very, very roomy and empty. And now we have my face palettes. And I've got two drawers of face palettes. So I mean, that was my declutter that you guys just saw. I think I was pretty brutal with my face palette. So this is all that I have left. I had all of these Tom Ford face palettes, and I just kept the most recent ones, which are still kind of old, but they all have this configuration with like a highlight bronze and an eyeshadow quad in there. And then I have all of these Charlotte Tilbury face palettes. Those are the new Pillow Talk ones. Is it this one? Not the Glow Gasm, the Nude Gasm. I think this one is my favorite. Oh yeah, I love this one because I can use all four of the products in here. I have some older Tom Ford face palettes, the Natasha Denona Glam face palettes, the Bloom blush. This is her newest, My Dream cheek trio, which is lovely. And then I have this Louboutin face palette, which is really nice too. Baked products, really gorgeous. And then a couple of the Dior highlighting palettes, and then a couple of the by Terry CC palettes. That's the one I use more. So that's the first face palette drawer. I only have one more. All right, so Hourglass face palettes in the front here. So I just have the three newest ones, the elephant, the butterfly, and the tiger. I use the elephant one the most. This is the unlocked one, which I held on to. I've got some NARS, Burberry face palettes. I have the Florasis Eastern Beasts sculpting palette, a Clé de Peau, some Suku blush palettes, an Addiction palette I made in Tokyo when I was there. No, where was I? Oh, I think I was in Hiroshima when I made this palette. The Giorgio Armani palette, and then I have some Pat McGrath, some Ma Beauty customizable ones, some Danessa Myricks ones back there. So those are my face palettes. And then I have some eyeshadow crayons in here. I basically ran out of appropriate Sunny Cosmetics organizers. So I just put like this tray in here. So it's just like one open space, but at least I can pick it up and move the whole thing if I need to. So I have all of these Bobbi Brown ones. Those are the ones that are laid out on the right-hand side. And then I just have like a crazy assortment of other ones next to it, like from Chanel, by Terry, Sisley, Guerlain, Laura Mercier, of course, some Surratt. I have a Burberry in here. So I just have a lot of really random eye crayons, which I did not declutter, did I? I didn't go through this one. At least not this last time. And I really should, because these do go bad. They like break off and they come out of the casing. So I should go through these for sure. Maybe next time. And then this is my pencil drawer. And I'm not sure if this is gonna stay this way. I used to have my pencils in cups behind me when I film. But, you know, if I wanna run in here and just quickly grab some makeup and to run like all the way back and kind of like shimmy my way around my filming setup, it was just kind of a pain in the butt. So I thought bringing them all up here would work better for me, so we'll see. I just have to live with it for a while and see if it works for me. This organizer, I'm also not sure if is like the perfect one for this, because I think these three, actually four compartments are just like too big for pencils. I need one that has like 6 compartments maybe. But anyway, I've got lip pencils here, eye pencils here, and then I have like liquid or funky kind of pencils back here. And pencils, embarrassingly enough, that I haven't even tried yet. So I put them there, kept them in the boxes, so I knew, and kept them back there. So those are all of my pencils. I can't believe how many eyeliners I have. It's kind of crazy. And then down here I have face mists. I should really go through this too, because these don't last forever. But yeah, a lot of face mists. And then this drawer, oh, this is full of like limited edition products that, you know, I don't really talk about, or, you know, you can't get a hold of. And I have them like mixed in my collection, as you saw, like the Chanel highlighters or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. These are, I guess, products that I kind of didn't know what to do with. It didn't seem like they belonged in the rest of my collection. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's down here. And then this drawer is full of stuff that was so kindly gifted to me. Let me move you back. So kindly gifted to me. They're like extras, basically. So they're kind of like PR backups. So, you know, like Sisley and Bobbi Brown and Chantecaille, they're, you know, Clé de Peau, they're so sweet. They send me stuff, but sometimes I already have it. So I leave it in here for a little while, and if I feel like I'm not going to get to it, then I definitely donate it before it goes bad. But that is what is in this drawer. And now we're going to start on the 6th drawer unit here. On top, I just have some like filming stuff. So I have like a little tripod, like a lens, and that is equipment for live streaming, basically. It's like when I want to turn my big camera into a webcam. So that's that device, an extra battery, of course. Always laying around an extra battery. So in this drawer unit is just eyeshadows. All right, so this is the first drawer of that Alex unit. I have a lot of potted eyeshadows in here. Some are cream, some are a little bit denser, some are more powdery. And then I have some of my liquid shadows here. I love these Sisley liquid shadows. They're so, so good. The Lisa Eldridge liquid Lorex shadows are excellent also. My Westman Atelier iPods, which you guys know I love. And some cream shadows from Charlotte Tilbury. from Auric, from Tom Ford, some pencils from Sisley and Charlotte Tilbury, which should probably go in that eyeshadow pencil. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. That crazy one with all the Bobbi Brown. Yeah, I'm going to put them in there. That's where they belong. And then I have this cream shadow palette from Kogendo that I never got a chance to use, but isn't that beautiful? Got to use that. So that is the first drawer. The second drawer here is just a hodgepodge of quads from Chanel, Charlotte Tilbury. We have some 6 pans from Lisa Eldridge here, quads from Suku, some quads from Chantecaille, smaller palettes like this Pat McGrath one. And then I have some single shadows here from Dior, Chanel, Sisley, Tom Ford, Chantecaille, Bobbi Brown. Yeah, and some other smaller ones. And I have some other kind of mixed in here, like this Lancome Quint is so pretty and never talked about. So yeah, that's what I have in here. And some other things that I have not used yet, like this Burberry eye palette that I ordered a gazillion years ago, it feels like. Haven't used that yet. Haven't gotten a chance. The Jill Stewart Bloom Couture Eyes I ordered a long time ago from Beautylish. Haven't used that. Yeah. Oh, my Chantecaille Le Chrome Luxe Eye Duos, which appeared in my all-time favorites last year. They may make a reappearance in this year's video. We're not sure. You definitely want to tune in. So that is this drawer. Next, we have a lot of Viseart, as you can see. The largest pans that they have, the Grand Pro Volume 3, 2-in-1. I have here the 12-pan palettes, the original ones over there. And basically, it just gets smaller as you move to the right. I've got some Bobbi Brown, some the Makeup by Mario palette is under here, some Florasis, Kogendo, an old NARS palette that I should really get rid of, but I just can't bring myself to, so it's just back there hiding, and some of my Chantecaille customizable palettes. So that is this drawer. And then in this next drawer, I was able to dedicate it to Pat McGrath. It was so nice to be able to kind of spread out. I used to have Pat McGrath kind of like, I don't know, she was all split up. She was like sharing a drawer with someone else. So anyway, I have her all in here now. I have all the motherships lined up over there. I have those huge like holiday palettes in the back over here, two Bridgerton palettes here, and then I have all of her 6-pan palettes back there. Most of those are, I think they're all discontinued. All the quads over here. I have, this is super old, but I have this 6-pan. This has been discontinued. I think these have been discontinued. These like plasticky, these plasticky palettes. And then I have the newest 5-pan palettes, which I actually really, really love. I love this one the most. This is like the bronze one, the Bronze Bliss. And then this one is the Nude Allure, which is beautiful, but I really like this one. So that is the Pat McGrath drawer. And then we have my Natasha Denona drawer along with some other random ones. If you guys watched my eyeshadow, well, was it my eyeshadow? No, I didn't break it out, but I decluttered a lot of my Natasha Denona palettes. So I'm only left with these. I haven't even used the Retro Glam palette yet. It's still in the box. I have to use that. The Glam palette, My Dream palette, and the Retro palette are the only midi palettes that I kept. And then the only, what does she call these? These aren't like the maxi palettes, but those are the midi palettes. But I kept Biba and Trio Chrome. And then I kept these maxi palettes, the 28-pan ones, even though they're super old and I should probably not use them. But I kept these anyway because I love them. Love them so much, especially the green brown, as you guys know. And then here are some of the small 5-pan palettes. The Camel palette is one of my all-time favorite. Here's the Isamaya palette. This is such a good palette. This is a unique palette. The formula is great. I love the color story. So good. This is a palette I never used from Hindash. I purchased this off of Beautylish, again, during a gift card event. I think in the spring, that's how long it's been. It's the Beautopsy Pressed Pigment palette. Haven't used it. Here's the Byredo palette. This one's okay. I'm not like in love with this one, but I don't hate it either. It's just okay. The Gucci palette, which is, it's okay. I have the Sydney Grace California Coast palette, which is so pretty. I've got to use that. These are some Viseart shadows. I've got the Tiny Marvels palette, of course. That's back here. It's Safe Place. And that is this drawer. All right, and last but not least is a little bit of a hodgepodge. I've got the Tom Ford quads there. I've got the Dior Quince there. I have some other like quads here, like these Guerlain ones. I have this Valentino one, which is an 8-pan, actually, because it flips out. I have the Wang luxury eye palettes here. I have more Tom Ford quads. I don't know why these are over here. I just didn't want to keep lining them up back there because you can't reach. So I just kind of brought them here. Anyway, this Dior palette, the Victoria Beckham, La Bouche Rouge, my Byredo Quince, some Chantecaille, Charlotte Tilbury. This is such a good one. The Louboutin eye palette that I really love. And then I have a Kaleidos, the two Patrick Ta Major Dimension palettes, and then I've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Is this the Nouveau? Yeah, the Nouveau palette, which is really lovely. And then that small Glam To Go palette. I love this shade. This fireworks shade. And then I have a Persona palette, the Identity palette, and then the BK Beauty True Beauty palette. And then I have some backup Chantecaille Lake Chrome Luxe Duo eye palettes. So that's the last eyeshadow drawer. This whole drawer unit was dedicated to eyeshadows. So again, I'm glad I could spread out a little bit, and I'm glad that it's looking a little bit less dense than it was. And then this 6 drawer unit, which is the one next to the taller units over to the left, this one is full of lip products. So starting at the top here, this is gonna look really empty, but trust me, they don't all look like this. So this drawer was actually empty this whole time. So I kind of just put some things that were all over the place and I just put them in here, like the Westman Atelier Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balms. Those were like on top of that eyeshadow unit. Same with the Clé de Peau, the Chanel, the Chantecaille, Tom Ford. These were actually sitting on my vanity for a little while. And then I have some lip palettes over here. These are gonna keep rolling back. I should probably put them in here. This is a Rouge Paris one, which I have not used, which I really need to. I have a lot of makeup that I need to use. And then some Trini London products right in here. Pretty empty. And then we have a more full lip gloss drawer. So I've got some Victoria Beckham lip products here, her Posh Gloss, and also the Bitten lip tint, the Lisa Eldridge glosses, the Make Beauty serum balms, some Squeezy Tube, Lancome Juicy Tubes, Burberry and NARS, and then Wayne Goss. I have some of these soft-spoken velvet lip creams from M Cosmetics that I need to try, so I left them in the box. The Hermes lip glosses, the Sisley lip glosses, and then some random ones over here on the right-hand side. But these are all pretty much like lip glosses or like lip creams. And then right underneath there, I've got a lot of lipsticks. These are all the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks that I have. I need to put them in their own case where I can actually see the colors, the shade names, because it's getting a little bit difficult. When I first started doing this, it was fine, but now it's gotten a little bit difficult, and I need to organize these. My Dries Van Noten, I have some Carolina Herrera ones, all of these Hermes. I need to do the same thing that I do for the Lisa Eldridge with the Hermes. You know, some Sisley ones back here, La Bouche Rouge. All of my Armani lip powers, which I have so many. The Bobbi Brown Luxe Defining Lipstick, some other pencils, some Louboutin products, Jimmy Choo, and then my Bond No. 9 lipsticks that I love. So that's all here. This kind of started out as a drawer for like oddly shaped lipsticks that wouldn't fit in the traditional lipstick organizer, like the Bond No. 9, the Louboutins, the Carolina Herrera's, these like Dior's. but it has definitely grown since then. But that's how this drawer started. And then this is what I was kind of referring to as like more traditional lipstick storage. So you can see I just have a lot of lipsticks. I've got the Chantecaille lipsticks here. I have 2 Chantecaille here that kind of leaked over from over here. Charlotte Tilbury, Natasha Denona, some Sisley. Those are all Chanel's back there. I've got my La Perla over there and some YSL, some Kjær Weiss. And then I've got some Pat McGrath, some more Chanel Wayne Goss lipsticks by Rado, Gucci, Victoria Beckham lipsticks here. I have those Merit signature lipsticks here that I love, Lancome. Oh, here's another Natasha Denona. I think this goes there. And then what I have left of my Tom Ford, which is not many, and Valentino. So that is this lipstick drawer. Very full. And then this unit actually is not completely full. So in the next drawer, which is just the 5th drawer down, I was sent a lot of the new Clé de Peau lipsticks and then all of the Bobbi Brown Luxe lipsticks. So I just put them all in this one kind of like halvesy organizer. These are the Shine from Clé de Peau. These are the cream, like the satin lipsticks. And then this last row are all the mattes that they sent me. And then, yeah, these Luxe lipsticks from Bobbi Brown is this front row, and then these 2 over here. So that's all the makeup that are in these drawers. I'm just gonna go around to the back of my filming area here, or like into my filming area, just so you can see where I sit when I'm filming and my setup. And like, I do have like a few items back there, not much, but a few items back there. So we just went through those drawers. So when you walk into this room, my big Kino Flow Diva light is here. My camera is this guy, and then this is the vanity that I sit at. So walking around this like tight corner here, this is where I come around and I sit. So this is my Ilios ring light, which I love. I share this with you in my favorites. This is like the best addition I've made to this whole filming setup in a long time. I used to have my microphone kind of off of the desk here, but I actually got like a boom stand, so now it's hanging over my head, which is a little bit better. It's a little bit quieter, but the sound is a little bit more even, so that's good. And then there's the camera in the front of the light. Sorry, that's very bright. So this is where I sit. So I've got this tray in front of me where I sit. It's just to the left of the Ilios light, and it's where I have like finishing sprays and just some other random stuff like brush cleaner. I've got some like lip balms in here. I've got my brow gel, because it's usually when I sit down to film that I notice that I have a lot of flyaways. So I keep this here for that purpose. And then I've got some lash curlers here. I've got some makeup remover, like when I'm doing swatches. I've got some pads here. And I've got the Fenty body sauce if I feel like my body looks a little bit too pale compared to my face. It's something Kate the Great Beauty advised me to use, and it's like the best solution ever. Of course, I've got paper towels, and then to my left when I'm filming is where I've got some brushes and some mascaras. So when I'm filming, of course, it's really convenient to have like a whole bunch of my brushes. This isn't even nearly all of my brushes, but this is a good smattering of them. And so when I'm filming, it's really great to just have them here and I can just reach over and grab one. But yeah, I'm just trying to decide moving forward where I'm going to keep them, because yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's too hard. It's like I end up only using the ones that are back here, and I have so many other brushes out in my room. And so I'm thinking about putting them all out, like where I showed you in the beginning of the video, on top of my drawers, so that I can kind of like reach in and use them. I can grab some before I sit down to film and use those. So we'll see. So right now they're here. And then below my brushes, I have like this cube storage from Ikea, and I have these acrylic drawers, and I just have like my brow products in here. Again, I don't know why these are here. I need to move them up into those drawers, but I kind of left them here thinking, you know, when I sit and film is really when I put on like more intense brows than like the everyday. So I thought I would leave them here, but I don't know. I should probably move them up. And then I have some palettes. I've got my Surratt palette there, and I held onto those Natasha Denona palettes that I'm getting rid of because I'm going to pop out some shades that I want to keep. So that is to the left of me when I'm filming, and these used to be more full of makeup, but because I couldn't fit like all of my makeup back here, obviously it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of weird. So I just moved everything to the front into those drawers. And then this is the vanity behind me. I usually have a candle back there. I just brought out my Chantecaille tote, my Chanel snow globe. This is a drawer that's just kind of full of nothing. And then underneath, I have a lot of makeup wipes for when I'm doing swatches. I have a lot of makeup sponges, which I don't really use that much anymore, but they're there if I need them. I've got some brush cleaner back there. And then I just have some like random stuff. Like I have some extra sunny acrylic trays there, some bags that, you know, I received in PR, and those big white tubs. Used to be full of stuff, but I've emptied them out since moving into this house. So that is it. That is my newly reorganized makeup. That is my filming area. It's all cleaned up. I'm so happy with it. I make no promises though. This is probably gonna stay this way until the next time I film. It's like every time I film, it looks like something blew up in here. But I feel confident that I will be able to keep things a little bit more organized because now I have a place for everything. Before I got those 2 sets of Ikea drawers and I was just working off of those 3, it just was like I didn't have any place to put anything. So everything would just get piled up. And I thought, oh, okay, well, the next time I declutter, it'll look better. But it was just this kind of terrible cycle. So anyway, I am optimistic that I'll be able to keep things organized, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I hope you guys enjoy taking a look at my makeup collection. But what we need to do before I sign off is show you today's advent calendars. Hello, back for day 18, starting with Space NK. Got 18 up here, and the hint is taking you from desk to dance floor faster than you can order an Uber. Ooh, the Laura Mercier caviar stick in Au Naturel. Oh, how nice. I love these caviar sticks. Here is Au Naturel. Ooh, so nice. And it's a full size too. Next for Jo Malone. Here is 18. And we've got, oh, Red Roses. Such a classic, really beautiful rose scent. And then finally for Diptyque, oh, we've got 18 right up here. And we've got a votive. Oh, the Bay votive. You guys know this is my favorite. Here are today's offerings. So good. The caviar stick, Red Roses, and the Bay votive from Diptyque. Well, that is it for today's vlog. I will see you in tomorrow's Mishmas video. Bye.